This is Tuesday morning, about the 20th of November, Tuesday, 21st, 20th, 19th, one or the other. I'm following up on a job I did about 10 days ago on this solar panel. You see right there, that shaded area is a $1.99 piece of glass that came out of a frame from Goodwill. It's glass, has no shatterproof or anything. But if you look at this panel and look at the panels around it, this panel has a different look to it. That's because it's been shattered. It got hit by a golf ball. I live on the signature hole at Sundance Golf Course in Buckeye, Arizona. And the way the hole is set up and the tee boxes are set up and wind conditions and then abilities of players. Some players, it's the first time they ever played golf. I would say Buckeye, Sundance, for a lot of people in the West Valley, this is the first place they ever played golf in their life. And they've been playing here ever since because it's value, because you get to play 18 holes on a long championship course, well-designed layout for the course, not so well for the houses that are on the course, but we'll get back to the solar panel. It's been damaged. If you see the middle of that glass, I'll zoom in on it later. That's where the golf ball hit. And it hit so hard with such impact, I figure it probably traveled at least 130, 120 yards to get here. And somebody hit it pretty hard because there was a dent in the panel. It took quite a shot. Just like hitting a stone. If a stone hit your windshield, the windshield, if you got a really good windshield, it'll absorb the impact and it won't spread. That's sort of what it did. But when it hit and it broke the seal, now if you look, it's like you're looking at a grain pattern. It's been all shattered. It's been shattered. And I think if I were to drop a golf ball on it right now, it would probably just, if it gets hit one more time, the whole this layer of glass, this protective layer over the metal, and I hope all is not lost. These panels will still work, I hope. I haven't gotten an electric bill since this happened, but this happened about 2 weeks ago. I was out walking on my plants, I looked up and there's this big white spot, big huge white spot. It's like those decals where they got the baseball stuck to the windshield of your car or the back window of your car or something like that, the novelty item. Well, that's what it looked like. And I got up there, and the thing of it is you have to keep the water and moisture out. I'm sure this panel is still putting out electricity. I'm sure it's been degraded. It might, if it was working, say 95% efficient, it's probably been dropped down to 75 or even less %, but it might still be working. So my main concern was to seal it. Why I'm up here today is I sealed it with clear RTV. I filled the hole with RTV after cleaning it with alcohol solution, everything, making sure it was spotless clean. I put a whole bunch of RTV, a huge big clear RTV silicone where the ball hit, just filled that up, made a flower of silicone, and then I went around and I sealed all the edges and I just set the glass in place. And it sat here and baked, so it's been baking here under the sun for the last 2 weeks. But what happened is under the sun, as the air got, it sort of pushed, and there's a little bit of vacuum, a little bit of void area around it. So I'm going to go up today, I'm going to mask it off. I've got some RTV and I'm going to seal it. I used to work on airplanes, and whenever you worked on an Air Force airplane, whenever you put the panel back in, you had to mask it off, tape it, and then seal around the panel. That was the Air Force requirement on everything. And they're willing to pay for the labor to do it. So I'm going to turn off the camera, or I'm going to start or zoom in on it. Let me zoom in on this and show you, if I can. Okay, we're going to zoom in on that hole. So I'm sort of making this video because I was one of the first people on Sundance Golf Course to put up solar panels. Well, I was one of the first people here. I've been here 13 years, 14 years, and those panels have been up about 5 or 6 years. Love them, but you want to call it chafing, rash, golf chafing, golf rash, whatever. There's always a probability that a ball can leave the golf course from all the tees on the 6th hole. Every tee on the 6th hole, I'm halfway between the green and a tee box. So everybody's got a club in their hand that is going to go twice as far as they need to get to my house. Now, that club in the wrong hands of the wrong person that's a beginner or somebody that sees water and freezes, you can almost predict an error shot just by looking out the window. I stand at my kitchen sink and I watch people warm up, and you can almost tell who's going to miss and who isn't. There's people that stand over the ball, they stand 10 feet away from the ball, they're so outstretched, and then they freeze over the ball. Okay? And then when they finally pull the trigger, anything can happen. That ball can go anywhere. It can come off the toe of the club and go right up and hit somebody sitting on their patio. That's how close we are in Sundance Golf Course. So this is what I'm burdened with. This is what I'm threatened with day in, day out. I'm threatened by the tee box locations. 13 years ago, when there were no lots up here, nobody worried about people hitting off those tees or the way the tees were set up. But as golf professionals, you should be seeking goodwill with the people who live on the course, because we invite people. I don't invite people here anymore, okay? Not only am I a target for the men's tee boxes in the morning, the men's club tee boxes, when you put them all the way to the right and you pull them all the way back, you've maximized my exposure to golf ball damage. Not from the men's club, it's for the people that come after them. The amateurs, the beginners. Alright, the people are playing with, you got 3 guys that are relatively good, and 1 guy's never played before, and those people make him play at their tee box. And you can see him giving instructions on the tee box. Every time he misses one, he puts the first one in the lake, puts the second one in the lake. The third one, he hits somebody's roof over here, and they all high-five each other because he finally got hold of one. Alright? That's what I watch every day. And then when a golf ball comes in my yard, I got to deal with educating the general golfing public that you don't belong on my yard. You belong on the golf course. Alright? You built a golf course here that depends on all the owners, on all the lots, being burdened with constant barrage of golf balls, followed by people who don't live here. They're strangers, they're from somewhere else, and they feel they can walk on anybody's property anytime they want because they're being here. They come here with friends from Sundance who have been playing Sundance for 10 years. This is the protocol. We don't worry about them lots. Go up and get your ball. We're not going to leave a ball on that guy's lot. No way. That's the mindset. That's what I'm dealing with here. That's why I got cameras up here making my videos. So if you guys have problems with cameras on my rooftops, I'm trying to document and sensitize everybody in the golf shop, everybody in the HOA, to what the members who live on the golf course put up with day in, day out. The threat, I feel threatened day in, day out. I am threatened day in, day out by golf balls. Like I have my back to the tee, I just heard somebody hit a golf ball. There's a mathematical probability that he had a club in his hand that was twice as much he needed to hit me. And there's also that mathematical probability, like a lightning strike, that he loses one to the right. And he hit it really hard. And I'm standing here and I get banged in the head. Alright? This is what I live with, day in, day out. Now, if you're golf professionals, fix this. Take your tee boxes, get in a room, have your committees all sit down, try to figure out where we're going to put a tee box to take those houses out of play. On the 5th hole, everybody that lives on 233rd Drive that's parallel to those houses, you're going to kill somebody over there one day. Nobody's going to look into this until somebody gets killed. When a little kid gets beamed in the head or something like that, and they're walking around, and they'll never be the same because they got hit so hard by a golf ball, then somebody's going to look into it and figure out we should fix this.